Here we are, we just lit the steam engine. Now we're just waiting for her to start up.
Right, the opposite way around. Try to compress the air inside.
I see.
That's to wick up any water that may be leaking from the piston from the cylinder. Once the water starts boiling, nice and dry steam. It'll still be very wet steam. As long as it doesn't actually allow itself to recondense in the cylinder, it shouldn't be leaking. It's just at the first fire up where there's some water down the insulated line coming into the engine during a filling process.
Oh,
Still has a lot of water in it.
well, it's slowly getting out, right?
Now what we do is this. We wait for the boiler to fully pressurize, and once it's at full pressure and temperature, really,
Right.
no more water at all.
Huh.
Solves our problem forever. That's the safety valve. Run even faster now that we're gonna add some oil. The fuel being used is ethanol. This is the fuel being used in the steam engine at the moment. Other fuels will work, as long as they're in a sort of gel form. Now, in case you're wondering, the water that I'm using for this steam engine is distilled water. Don't use normal water, because it contains minerals, and minerals will start to form a buildup at the very bottom of the boiler. If those minerals build up, they'll build up to the point of where they actually form a sort of a shell of calcium and whatever deposits, which, of course, that's a major problem considering that it insulates, which slows your engine down, and not only that, if that shell ever breaks and the boiler is under heat and pressure, if that breaks, that water is going to make a sudden contact with an extremely hot surface, which will lead to an explosion of the boiler. It's like taking a boiler, putting a small bit of C4 in it, and blowing it up. Even if you have a safety valve, the shockwave is great enough to actually blow up the boiler.
Nice analogy.
It's like, you pretty much have a grenade.
Wow.
Which will hurt you.